I wish he would have been in the bubble this year, but I mean that wouldn't made much of a difference because they went undefeated anyway.
What he's supposed to do, he's being a team player. He's not the number one option to me.
So I just think that the whole offense should revolve around Anthony Davis. Welcome to this episode of the Tell It How You See It podcast. I got my guest, Jarvis Francis, the biggest Laker fan I know on the planet.
Facts.
Yeah, so we're going to get into this NBA playoffs 2020 bubble. First round, we got Lakers versus Portland Trail Blazers. Who you got?
I got Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5?
The reason why is we're the number 1 seed right now. The Lakers shall win, but I love Dame. I love his energy.
Okay.
I love what CJ's doing. I love
His back is messed up, but you don't think they can get 2 out of you?
I don't see him getting 2. We make a statement. We have the best player in the league, AD. We have LeBron.
AD is the best player in the league.
Best player in the league. Easily. Once we get him going in the first half, you'll see what we do with Magic. All right.
He's top 5. He's not best player in the league.
Hey.
But I got it going 6.
Okay.
I think Dame can get 2 games because he gonna have to get it by himself because CJ that back is seriously messed up. So he gonna have to get it. He gonna have to get him by himself. So I think I got Lakers in 6. We're gonna move on to the Houston Rockets versus the OKC Thunder. Right now, you got Russell Westbrook dealing with some injuries, so he gonna be out probably a couple games. So right now, I'm taking Houston Rockets in 7.
Man, I got the Rockets in 5. The reason I say that is Harden's Harden. He'll give you 50 a game just to carry them. And Westbrook has really found the momentum to work with Harden. So I really do respect
He ain't
that.
there right now.
He won't be there, but I think others step up. Austin Rivers dropped 30
He did, off the bench.
A few days ago off the bench, and he looks good. He looks like the Austin Rivers from Winter Park High School in Orlando, Florida. So therefore, I'm going with Rockets in 5.
That's you disrespecting the OKC Thunder. I feel like. I feel like the leadership of Chris Paul and the best player on that squad, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I can't say more about this guy. I love this guy. He brings it on both ends. I just think, and even the coaching with Billy Donovan, I just think they're good enough to take them 7, especially without Russell Westbrook.
And Dante, the reason I say they can't go 7, when you say Shai is the best player on their team,
he is.
He's the best player on their team.
He is the best player.
And he's not anywhere near Westbrook or Harden.
He's not.
So therefore,
but he's getting there.
With Chris really putting that energy out there, and I watched that game against OKC in the Heat, and when Jimmy Butler put him on the ground, just let him know, make a statement. Okay?
Don't mess with my young guy.
Don't mess
with Duncan Robinson.
But I understand that, hey, and you need to understand that the Rockets will make a statement in this first round. And that's why I say it goes 5, because they're trying to show everybody they can win a title.
I just think you're disrespecting OKC. But we're going to move on. We got the Jazz versus the Denver Nuggets. I got Jazz. I got Denver Nuggets in 5.
Woo! I got Denver with a sweep. I love their young core.
Denver in a sweep.
The reason why
they don't have Bogdanovich.
They don't.
Yeah, they're a different team without Bogdanovich.
I see Michael Porter Jr. stepping up. I don't really like the statements he made.
But Michael Porter is a beast.
But with basketball, he really is. The 18-foot jump shot looks good.
Yeah.
Bulls there.
Man, they got some good young talent in that squad, man.
Their center is throwing passes behind his back.
Yeah, Joe is the best center in the league.
And honestly, I really do see Denver beating the Jazz and making a statement. And you got to think about the beef. COVID started.
Yeah, they did.
With the Jazz.
They did.
Okay? It started with the Jazz. I think when they have troubles or they go through some adversity,
you don't believe in
Donovan.
I don't think you believe in Donovan Mitchell.
I don't believe in him. I'm sorry.
You don't believe in him enough to get 1 game.
They won't get 1 game.
I think
Denver's playing.
Denver's vulnerable enough to give him 1 game, I think. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the Clippers versus the Dallas Mavericks. I got Luka getting 1 game, so I got the Clippers in 5.
I say Clippers in 6. I really do
Luka's
believe.
6.
I just say Luka is good enough to win 2 games.
2? He gonna get 2.
I do believe it. He's crafty.
Porzingis gonna have to step in if he gonna get 2.
Porzingis will step up at least 1 game.
He been playing, but he been balling in the bubble.
I believe he's playing extremely well, but I don't believe in Porzingis' heart.
I don't, but he been balling in the bubble.
He's been balling, and that's why I say they get 2. Because Luka's gonna win 1, and Porzingis will give him Luka enough to get 2. Not Porzingis on his own, but together they'll get 2. But ultimately, when I see them go toe to toe, the Clippers will figure it out. Lou Will has left the strip club. He's back in the bubble. He's ready to play.
Yeah, the Clippers got too much D for them boys, man. I think they gonna D them boys up, man. Especially in the backcourt, I think you got Pat Bev. He gonna go at Luka. He gonna try to give Luka a hard time. But we gonna
will.
Yeah, he gonna give him. He gonna give him a little trouble, but you know Luka gonna get his numbers. But we're gonna move on to the Eastern Conference, man. Top of the Eastern Conference, we got the Bucks versus the Orlando Magic, and I got that going in the sweep, man. I do not believe in Orlando Magic, man. So.
Dante and I don't agree much in life, but again, we agree on this. This will be a sweep. I'm proud of Orlando Magic getting to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm from Orlando, so therefore I love that. But ultimately,
they're actually a home team.
they're the home team, and Giannis is gonna murder them. He's gonna abuse them. He will take it to the next level. Bledsoe will step up. Brook Lopez will step up. You will see everybody on the Bucks really show their talent in this series
until they get to the second round. But we're gonna move on to the Pacers versus the Miami Heat, and I got this going 6 games, and I got the Heat winning it.
Man, we agree again.
Okay.
Because I love the tenacity and the fight that the Pacers and the Heat will have. Jimmy Butler, he's buckets. All right, he will make sure
That's my guy.
they push through this.
My guy.
And I love everybody on the Heat, and I really like what they did with this squad because they don't have the talent to be as good as they are, but they have pride and they will not quit. So watch the Heat beat the Pacers. But ultimately, when you see T.J. Warren has been the best player. Well, I'll say top 3.
Him and Devin Booker
I'll say top 3.
and Lillard.
I'll say top 3.
In the top 3 in the
In
bubble.
my mind, I see Devin Booker, I see Damian Lillard, I see T.J. Warren.
Yes.
Top 3 in the bubble.
Yes.
And T.J. Warren has really stepped up. He's kind of replaced Victor Oladipo.
He is the best player on that squad.
And hey, I can't disagree with that.
He is the best
And
player.
ultimately, when you see something like that, but I think the Pacers need more to beat the Heat. And when you have a prideful Jimmy Butler, he's not going to give up. He will not lose.
Not only Jimmy Butler, you have Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. They have some good squad, good talent on that squad, and then you got the coaching of Spoelstra. You got the leadership of Pat Riley, man. I love Miami this year, and we're gonna get into Miami later on because I got them going a pretty far ways. But we're gonna move on right now. We're gonna move to my Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. And I got my Celtics winning in 5 games. I think Joel Embiid is good enough to give them 1 game.
Man, we really agree on the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
Because I say Celtics in 5, only because Joel is a dominant center. He can win 1 game. With the injury to Ben Simmons, I thought this would be a more competitive competition.
It would have
for
been.
a series.
It would have been probably 6 or 7.
But with Ben out, I just don't see the Sixers really connecting enough to go further. And I really see the Celtics and Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jesus, they look good. Gordon Hayward, he's still Gordon Hayward.
He is.
You know, at
He
the end
can
of the
play good
day,
ball.
he can show up. And you have Kemba Walker, and that's a dog. When you have a dog on your team, no, you can go further.
Worried about Kimba's knee, but
Connections.
other than that, I love Kimba. But we're going to move on to the Toronto Raptors versus the Brooklyn Nets. So I got Toronto Raptors beating the Brooklyn Nets in 4 games. I got a sweep. I just don't believe in Brooklyn. I think they're playing for next year.
I just have a feeling. I don't really believe in the Raptors team. I have the Raptors in 5 only because I don't believe that they can actually put it together to sweep somebody. They don't have that superstar. And I know you'll say Siakam is a superstar. I don't think he's a superstar yet.
I think he's heading in that direction. I wouldn't say he's a superstar yet, but he's right on that top 10. I'm going to put him right at that 10 through 15 in the top in the NBA. So I respect him a lot more than you, but I like the Raptors. They got good coach, got good coaching and Nick Nurse.
Yeah, but we need to talk about the hot topic. Okay,
What's the hot topic?
The hot topic is Kyle Lowry. All right. Kyle Lowry is the most inconsistent point guard I've ever seen.
But look who he got backing him up.
Still, I
So-
still want to stay on the point with Kyle Lowry.
Well, Kyle Lowry been there like that his whole career.
So he'll be like that his whole career, and that's why I want to prove the point that it's going to be Raptors in 5.
Okay.
I just don't see them having a sweep because Kyle Lowry is not consistent enough to give them 4 games.
I see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying on that. But we're gonna move on to the Western Conference in the second round. We got Lakers versus the Houston Rockets. I'm going Lakers in 6 games. What you think about this series?
I'm actually saying Lakers in 7.
7. You think it take them 7 again?
I think
you
it takes
boy,
them-
it's gonna take them that 7.
I'm a diehard Laker fanatic, but ultimately, when I think about this series, it makes me nervous. It makes me very nervous. I watched LeBron go through this whole pandemic, and he actually gained a little bit of weight. He's not as in shape. He's not as cut as he was. And ultimately, I see it taking a lot to get AD
He's
going.
just getting older. That's all.
And hey, Father Time is unbeaten.
Yeah.
So therefore, we got to think about it like that.
I got more respect for you boys in the second round than you do.
So hey, as long as we get out the second round, I'm happy. But ultimately, I say
Don't
7.
happen.
I say 7 games, and I need AD to lead the charge.
Well, this. All right, we're gonna get into this right now. The Lakers. I think that the Lakers should have been going through Anthony Davis the whole year. You should have been running the whole offense through Anthony Davis the whole year. And Kuzma has got to be in the starting lineup. I don't believe in Kuzma coming out the bench, but I don't. Just let me know what you think about that.
So what I feel like is I agree with you going through AD the whole year.
Whole year.
Kuzma needs to come off the bench. We need secondary firepower.
I think Kuzma is your third best player, and you're disrespecting that man. He should be in the starting lineup.
It's not about in this whole setup. It's not about me. It's about team. Okay, there's no I in team, and I think Kuzma is that firepower that we need. And you've seen that a couple weeks ago with that last second shot.
Yeah, but I
he
think-
said him over Jesus, him over God. KD felt otherwise, but at the end of the day, that was a great jump shot, and I love Kuzma for it. But I think he needs to stay on the second team.
I think you lose Kuzma in free agency
I won't disagree with you.
because he's not coming back to that situation if he can't start. So I mean, it's just like you shitting on him right now, and he gonna shit on y'all later.
Hey, I can't disagree with you in that stance.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I feel like this is going to be a dogfight. You're talking about we're playing Houston. They have Harden. Westbrook, one of my favorite players.
Injury.
Because he gives his all at all
He gonna
times.
deal with that injury the whole play.
Even with an injury, I believe Westbrook will find a way to be successful. So therefore, I think it goes 7. And rest in peace to my guy, Nipsey Hussle. Because, well, the last time we saw Houston last year, you seen what happened courtside.
Of course.
Nipsey had to step up, and ultimately,
So the fight,
I expected.
Chris Paul.
I really do expect it to be a dog fight in the second round, but I see the Lakers going 7.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on to the Clippers versus the Denver Nuggets. I got Clippers in 6 versus the Denver Nuggets. What you think about this shit?
I actually believe you. I agree with you in that. Clippers in 6. I think they have too much. When you think about Kawhi, you think about Paul George, you think about Patrick Beverly.
Some wing defenders.
Whew, dogs.
Yeah,
All right.
straight
I really don't believe in Paul George as a human being or a leader, but I believe
I believe in him with the Clippers because he fit in that situation great. I mean, he needed that.
he needs somebody better than him.
Of course.
And he has Kawhi.
Yes.
So therefore, I believe in that situation. I think it's 6.
6. I mean, I love Jokic. I love that young talent they got on the Denver, man. But I just think the Clippers got too much for them, and it's gonna be 6. So we're gonna move on into the Eastern Conference in the second round of the Eastern Conference, and this gonna be the surprise right here, man. We got Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat, and I got the Heat winning this series in 7 games.
Ooh, this is where we break the bracket.
I already know.
And the reason I break the bracket, you have Giannis. Giannis is a freak.
Not this time.
He is the freak.
Not this time of year.
All right, Nike gave him all that money to let you know he was the freak.
Don't believe in the Bucks.
And he will literally win this in 6. I love
He gonna
the
beat
Heat.
Miami in 6.
Heat in 6. He will beat the Heat in 6. And the reason I say that is because, hey,
By
I
himself?
love Jimmy Buckets.
Because that's all he got.
Hey,
You can't count on Chris Middleton right now.
You got Chris Middleton.
No,
you
he's-
have Eric Bledsoe.
You have nothing past.
You have the
Giannis.
Lopez twins.
Them
They
guys,
will-
they not gonna give you nothing against Miami.
They will align and be the Transformers. All right, you will see them grow in this series.
Milwaukee Bucks will not get out of the second round of the playoffs. I do not believe in the Milwaukee Bucks. This is playoff time. This ain't
And
regular
Dante,
season.
this is where I have to
The
push back.
two-time MVP, back-to-back MVP, Giannis, is a regular season guy. This is the playoffs. I hope that he leave that situation and get him a better situation the way he win a championship. Because you're not winning a championship in Milwaukee and your second place player being Chris Middleton. You're not.
And
So
what
you
we're
might
gonna say-
want to get yourself into a better
And what we're gonna
situation.
say is this: you said it first. Two-time MVP.
Two-time, back-to-back.
Two-time MVP will get through the second round. He doesn't deserve the third MVP if he can't get through the second round.
Yeah, well, we're going to move on to my Boston Celtics versus the Toronto Raptors. I got my Boston Celtics winning this series in 6 games.
I actually think the Celtics will win this in 5. I really don't believe in the Raptors this year. I don't think they have enough talent. They don't have a Kawhi. And ultimately, I don't see the consistency. When I think about Kyle Lowry leading this team, he's passionate, he's great, but he's inconsistent. Okay, and we have a small guard in a big league. I don't see him being successful or getting them through. So I really love the young chemistry. And even with Kemba's bad knee, I think about Jason Tatum. I think about Jaylen Brown. I think these guys are ready. And the best thing about the bubble is that's what these young guys need. They will be successful in this AAU type thought process bubble. These guys have no distractions this year.
No crowd.
They are there with nothing to
balling.
do.
Just-
All they
just
can do
hooping.
is play basketball.
Right.
So when you're forced to do nothing but play basketball, ultimately I see the Celtics pushing this thing a little bit further than norm. Okay?
I like your pick. I hope we do win in 5, but I just got more respect for the Toronto Raptors, man. I got them winning in 6, man. I respect Pascal Siakam. I respect Nick Nurse. I like what they got going on with that squad, man. They defending champs, so you need to respect them as such.
I respect, but I wouldn't let it down on your coach. Your coach is a great coach.
Oh, Brad Stevens
He's
is
very,
awesome.
very smart, X's and O's.
Amazing.
And I think with this young crew that has no distractions, they're gonna go. Actually, their projections will push forward.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on to the Western Conference Finals, and we're gonna move on to the Battle of LA, the LA Clippers versus the LA Lakers. I got Clippers in 5, man. What you think?
I actually think Lakers in 6, and the reason I say that is because when you go against us, I think AD and Braun are more dogs than Kawhi and PG. And I think the downfall in this is not Kawhi. I think the downfall is PG. And ultimately, you've seen last week when PG made a nice little joke against Damian Lillard, and he had to eat his words because Dame stepped up, and Dame's a dog. And LeBron will step up, and I think PG will not be able to take on that pressure by actually going against the Lakers.
Okay, Dame will never win a championship ever, so we can just put. I mean, he done got them game winners against Paul George and against Pat Bell, but you will never win. Those guys will win a championship eventually. You will never win. So I mean, but as far as the Clippers, man, they got too much for them guys, man. The Lakers, man, you got them winning in 6. You don't even have it going in 7. Like you just disrespecting the Clippers right now.
I really do feel like Dion Waiters is going to step up. I really do feel
You have 2 players on your whole squad.
I agree with you.
Okay.
But watch what happens. I really do. Nobody respects Frank Vogel as a coach. I really do.
Especially not against Doc Rivers.
I like Frank Vogel, and I like Jason Kidd together with Frank Vogel because Jason
You
Kidd.
should have hired Money Williams.
Jason Kidd and Frank Vogel together are Doc Rivers. So therefore, you can agree.
Neither one of them
disagree.
had 1 championship.
But
And coaching.
Just watch. I think the Lakers.
Now you talk about coaching staff. They kill your coaching staff. They got Sam Cassell and Tyronn Lue on their squad. That's gonna kill your whole coaching staff. So you don't even need to go.
I really think the Lakers will nudge this series, and I just want you to eat your words and wait for it.
We're gonna watch that series together, and that series is going 5. And we're gonna record. We're gonna come back, and we'll do another episode, and we will come back to this subject. And I will be right. You can rewind the tape on this. Kawhi Leonard is the best player on the planet, and he will show you that. I guarantee it. They have too much on that squad. You got Marcus Morris, dog. Pat Bell, dog. You got You got Kawhi Leonard, dog. You got these guys. These guys are coming. They are hungry. They want this championship, and they want it this year. You got Trez Harrell coming out the bench. You got Lou Will coming out the bench. I can't name more than 2 players on your squad. So I'm going to go with the Clippers all day, and we're going to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. I got the Boston Celtics versus the Miami Heat, and I got the Boston Celtics beating the Miami Heat in 6 games. Your Eastern Conference pick is different, so you're going to go ahead and start on your Eastern Conference. You had the Bucks beating Miami, and I had Miami beating the Bucks.
So I actually do believe the Bucks will go past the Celtics. I really do think the Bucks are unmatched in the East. I think the Bucks can't beat 2 teams in the West. They can't beat the Clippers. They can't beat the Lakers.
Of course.
But ultimately, I think the Bucks.
They can't beat everybody in the East.
I think the Bucks can go past any rival they have. So I really do see the Bucks beating anybody, whoever.
All right, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What have the Bucks proven to you for you to have that belief in them? Because to me, they haven't shown me nothing.
Well, they're number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That means nothing. That's regular season.
That was last year.
And last year, I seen the best basketball player on the planet go down 0-2 to the MVP Giannis, and then beat them 4 straight, winning 6. So
unfortunately,
last time I seen him in the playoff, that's what happened.
Unfortunately, he's not in the East anymore. So Kawhi's not in the East.
He don't have to be because that man Tatum is in the East.
I don't think Tatum's prepared to. I don't think Tatum.
We're gonna go as far as he take us, and he gonna take us somewhere this year.
I don't think Tatum can out jab Giannis. I think Giannis is angry. He's upset. He's focused, and I do see him beating anybody that comes out that. So I'm gonna say
we seen that same player last year.
I'm gonna say
he hasn't grown. He hasn't grown as a player. It's easy to defend him.
You can't grow when you're a 2-time MVP.
Bam Adebayo will show you that it's easy to defend him.
Unfortunately, if we take your pick, Bam can't stop Giannis.
Why? Yeah, have you seen the first 2 games they played this year?
Ultimately, when it comes to the playoffs, I don't see Bam.
Playoffs, Giannis, this is not his year. This is not his time of year.
Giannis is focused. I see him coming out the East.
We will come back on this Giannis debate and all this Bucks stuff because I do not believe in the Bucks. We can get that on record. The Bucks is not a playoff team. They're a regular season team. We can get that on record right now. But we're going to move on to the NBA Finals. My NBA Finals, I got the Clippers versus the Celtics, and I got the Clippers winning that series in 7 games. The only reason I got the Clippers winning in 7 because I am worried about Kemba Walker's knee. He had a lot of time to sit out before the bubble started, and it's still giving him some trouble. So I just don't have confidence in that knee, and I have confidence in the best basketball player on the planet in Kawhi Leonard, the man with them cornrows from LA. And he's going to take it all this year. He's going to win 3 championships with 3 different teams, 3 MVPs. And he's the king of the court right now. You already know that.
So with my pick, I'm going Lakers versus Bucks. And the reason I go that way is because, hey, the Lakers are the best. Point blank period. You'll see that.
They weren't even the best in the regular season, but we can go on. Yeah.
We're going to keep moving.
They were the best in the West in the regular season, not the best in the league.
We'll go against Giannis, and I believe AD will outdo Giannis this year.
I think Giannis is a better player than AD.
And I say Lakers versus Bucks. Lakers in 7. LeBron goes out averaging 15 assists a game, 22 points, and AD averages 40 and 10. And you watch Kuzma step up. You watch Alex Caruso, headband god.
He better wear a headband.
Headband god.
That damn.
Step up. You watch Kuzma step up. You watch the supporting cast do what they're supposed to do.
He's a Laker fan.
It's showtime.
It sounds like a homer pick.
And you'll see what happens with showtime.
Sounds like a homer pick.
Lakers in 7. And
I didn't even pick my guys to win it all. That sounds like a homer pick. But we'll move on. All right, we're going to get into some of these NBA awards. We got Coach of the Year. We going first. I'm going to go Nick Nurse from the Toronto Raptors.
So before we get into the actual pick, I want to talk about the Raptors. And he said Nick Nurse, think about their record this year, 53-19. We talk about Mike Budenholzer, all right, 56-17. And we think about OKC and Billy Donovan, 44-28. So with my pick, I'm aligning with Dante. with the Raptors and Nick Nurse. And the reason I say that is ultimately, when you think about that, you lost the superstar. You lost Kawhi Leonard this year. And you're defending champs. You can't take anything away from that. But that was a big blow. You lost him. You lost Danny Green to the Lakers. So ultimately, you lost two solid rotation players and you still came up with a 53-19 record. And ultimately, we are the North. All right. So when you think about that, I believe Nick Nurse is the top candidate to win Coach of the Year.
Defending champ. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the sixth man of the year, and I have L.A. Clippers, Montrezl Harrell.
So he has the LA Clippers, Montrezl Harrell. I have LA Clippers, Lou Will. I understand Lou Will had a little, adversity, or he had a situation a few weeks ago when you talk about him leaving the bubble to mourn a loved one and went to the strip club. But here in Atlanta, ultimately, the strip club, sometimes you just need some wings. And they have great wings. So I don't disrespect Lou for that, or I don't judge him for that. But ultimately, I do see him as still being the best sixth man in the NBA.
I'm gonna take Trez. I think Trez is the better overall player. Trez bring it on both ends. Now, when you talk about Lou Will, I mean, on defense, you point him out on defense. Look, give me him. Yeah, I want Lou Will to defend me, because I'm gonna take him every time. But you ain't gonna point out Trez like that. So I'm taking Trez all the time. Trez is the best overall player out of both of them two. And both of them averaging 18 points a game.
And Dante, I'll tell you, Trez has great energy. I think he gives the Clippers a lot. He gets them going on defense. But I'm thinking about pure offense off the bench.
Think about points. You don't think about defense.
All right, you're right. You're right.
You got to think about the whole total package. And Montrez, for that team, they can do without Lou Will before they can do without Trez. Trez is more important to that squad, in my opinion. Trez is a free agent this year. Danny Ainge, listen to me. Please free up some cap space so we can go get this man. We got Gordon Hayward coming out the books. But please free up some cap space so we can go get this man. We need this man in Boston. He'll look good in green and white.
Genie Bus. He can move across the street to the Lakers. Trez is welcome to be at home.
They don't have no money. Have no money. So the better spot would be the Boston Celtics. We about to clear up some money so we can get Trez Harrell. But next we're gonna move on into the most improved player this year. My most improved player is Miami Heat's Bam Adebayo. He brings it on both ends. Giannis don't want to see that boy. That is the Giannis stopper. Giannis Antetokounmpo do not want to see Bam Adebayo in a 7-game series, and you will see that in the second round of the playoffs. Miami Heat will beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round of the playoffs in 7 games. And you will see that Bam Adebayo is the Giannis Antetokounmpo stopper.
I love how you say Giannis' last name, because I can't. But ultimately, what I believe is Brandon Ingram really stepped up this year.
Man, had a phenomenal year.
To be traded from the Los Angeles Lakers, it's kind of a thought process of falling from grace, and he really stepped up and he carried the Pelicans. The Pelicans are still not a playoff team, but I do expect Brandon Ingram to win this award, and I see him getting paid this year because he deserves it. He is a stretch. He's at least, they say 6'10", maybe 7'1", to be honest with you. Long arms, and he's just a solid, cold killer. And I really do respect what he did this year, and I want to give him that award. Not taking anything away from Bam. Bam did his thing. But I think pound for pound...
You don't think Bam had a better year?
I don't think he had a better year. B.I. did his thing. Just a cold...
One of those guys is in the playoffs and one of them is going home.
That might be the edge that you went on for the playoffs, but at the end of the day, I think the playoffs, the Heat got there because of Jimmy Buckets. They didn't get there because of Bam.
They didn't, but he was a big part of that.
I agree.
And he was an all-star this year.
But I think
both of them was all-stars.
They were both all-stars. But I think about the growth, and we expected B.I. to be this person for the Pelicans.
I didn't expect that.
With the Lakers.
Well, he can't do that because he ain't got the ball in his hand.
So he has the ball in his hand now. And I really see the Pelicans being that 7th or 6th seed next year with Lonzo, with Zion, with B.I., with J.J. Like, I think
they could make the playoffs, but they're going to be battling with the Suns for that 7th, 8th spot. that you're talking about.
Hey, that's cool, but I do.
But, I don't believe in 300-pound basketball players. By the way, Zion lose some weight. Most improved player is Bam Adebayo.
All right, that's cool. We'll come.
But you
said we're gonna revisit.
Brandon Ingram had a great year this year, man. I take nothing away from him, man. But you know, I like both ends, so you know, Bam defense, you gonna kill Brandon Ingram any day on defense.
Hey, even Dante said we're gonna revisit this.
We'll revisit. We'll revisit. Soon as the awards come out, we'll revisit. But next we're gonna go Defensive Player of the Year, and I got your guy, man, Anthony Davis, man, LA Lakers, man. Who you got?
Hey, I don't disagree with you on this one. Lake show or drown. That's how I feel about everything. But at the end of the day, I really think AD came to Los Angeles and did his thing. You can see clip after clip after clip of him really being the stopper and supporting LeBron. When you watch LeBron be the assist leader in the league and you watch AD just being the top 10 with blocks, I think he deserves this piece. He is the stopper. He's the driving force on both sides of the floor. And you said you love offense and defense. This guy really drives it for LA. If LA wins, it's because of AD. If we lose, it's because of AD.
Well, you need him. He's your best player. But you haven't been running the offense through him the whole year. That's why I don't believe in you guys. Because you got to run the offense through the best player. He is the man. Not the old man. Not 35-year-old LeBron. Anthony Davis is the man. Run everything through him. Put Kuzma in the lineup. You hired the wrong coach. Hire Monty Williams, and you would be in a better situation. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the Rookie of the Year, and this guy right here, man, Ja Morant. Oh man, this guy's phenomenal, man. He's holding his own with guys that have been in the league for 8 years, man. He's doing his thing. He could have made the All-Star team this year. He just missed it. But this guy here, man, I hope, I know for a fact he'll make it next year. I hope and I know for a fact he'll make it next year. He'll make the All-Star team next year. This guy is a dog. This guy goes in. He a point guard. He don't fear nobody. He's the man. He's a Rookie of the Year.
And I appreciate that. I definitely agree with you on this one. I'm aligned as well. But ultimately, when I think about, let's talk about these other candidates. We talk about Kendrick Dunn. When we talk about Kendrick Dunn from the Miami Heat, this is one of the reasons why I believe the Heat are the dogs that they are.
Right.
And that's why they can be respected and prideful. And it makes Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley look so much better because they have some solid players out there.
Yeah.
When you think about Zion, let's go back 3 years to his high school mixtapes. This is a man amongst boys. And Zion really came in after the injury. The Pelicans let him sit, and he still is a highlight film. He is a reincarnation of Daryl Dawkins. And when I see somebody like Zion, and he's telling him to lose weight, right now he doesn't need to lose weight. Probably until he's 25, 26, but man, he has some bounce with all 300 pounds. He can still bring down the house. Reminds me of Shaq Diesel in Orlando. But ultimately, when I think about Ja Morant, his shiftiness and what he's done with that team, he's created a winning culture in Memphis. And I seen yesterday they lost to the Blazers, and oh my goodness, they lost to a better team. And they still took it toe to toe all the way to the fourth quarter. And Ja was a pivotal person in that whole movement. And so therefore, I think he is the best rookie in the league. And I think he's going to have a great career. He's way ahead of his time. This is a third-year player in year one.
Yes.
I want to see him grow so much. He's so bouncy and shifty. And ultimately, he's a scorer. And he's prideful. When they said he couldn't hit a jump shot, he improved his jump shot. So let's look for more in Ja, and I agree with Dante in regards to this guy could have been a first-year All-Star. And they didn't award him, but keep his head down and keep growing, and Ja Morant, Rookie of the Year.
Yes, sir. We agree on that, man. Ja Morant, man, beast of the year, man. Shout out Ja Morant, man. You, man, you one of my favorite players in the NBA. You, man, I can watch you. I can watch you play basketball every day, man. Shout out to Ja Morant. But we're gonna move on to the MVP this year, man. And I really think this is pretty easy, man. I think it's a landslide, man. I think it's pretty much almost unanimous. But I'm going with Giannis Antetokounmpo to win his back-to-back MVP.
And again, unfortunately, I'm aligned with Dante. It's sad to say that, but ultimately, I think Giannis is the best player in the NBA, and I think he earned it again. When you see what the Bucks are doing, he's grown that team to have that winning culture, and it really changes things when you talk about somebody changing a culture. Even when Jason Kidd was there as a coach, they started to have that grit, but they weren't winners yet. With Giannis coming along, even having that tough time of losing Jason Kidd, he's continued to grow that team. So I really see some players that didn't have grit grow grit. And ultimately, I think the Bucks, they go as far as Giannis can take them. And he's the MVP this year. When I think about LeBron has done it, but hey, guys, LeBron has had better years than this year. Giving him the award this year is just a pity award.
He did lead the league in assists this year. I will throw that in.
And that's a change. First time in his career, 17 years that he led the league in assists. But ultimately, LeBron's fitting into his role as he matures. And I say maturity, and it's just him getting old. So I don't want to keep on in regards to James Harden.
You got some good candidates, man. You got some good candidates. It's just...
Man, that step back is
oh,
whew.
Man, James, man.
What do you feel about it?
Man, James, he in his bag offensively. You already know about that. He gonna get it to you. He gonna drop 35 more years now.
And when I think about James Harden, it's that slow flow.
Man,
when you think about that slow flow, that left hand step back, but I've watched him get
and he
in
gonna
shape.
make you foul. He gonna make you foul.
And
he gonna get to that line.
When you go back early in the season, you watch that Clippers game, when you have Paul George and you have Patrick Beverly
Going off.
and he still has the step back to win the game, and it's Jesus Christ. Like, this guy is the most gifted scorer, awkwardly, we've seen in a long time. And I really do appreciate him. So if it comes down to it, I'm not opposed to Giannis or Harden. I think they both earned the award this year. But I think on both ends, when you think about Giannis gives it to you. He's a freak, the Greek freak. And when you think about defense, this guy is top 3 defensively as well. And Harden's he's just not top 3 or top 10 defensively, but a god offensively.
Not top 25 defensively, but he has stepped it up in the bubble a little bit. I have seen him giving some effort on defense, so I want to give him some credit for giving a little effort on defense. All right, we're going to get into the top 10 NBA players, 2020 current NBA players. So we're going to start off at number 10. My number 10 player is probably going to be Jimmy Butler.
Woo, that's a great one. I like him. His tenacity, he's prideful, he's a beast, a dog, which Dante would say. So I love Bradley. I love Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
But my choice is going to be Bradley Beal. All right, Bradley Beal had a breakout season. Deserving of everything and not respected. The most underrated player in the league, number 10, Bradley Beal.
He's currently at home. He's currently on the Washington Wizards. He led the league in scoring. I mean, I believe in Bradley Beal. I love Bradley Beal. I want to put him over Jimmy. Now, Jimmy is that man. His team is in the playoffs. So, I mean, it's like you got a winner and you got a born. I mean, he's been losing all his career. I mean, like, he took the money. You take the money, you deserve what you get.
And that might be why he's the least respected. Most least respected.
He took the money. You take the money, you could have gotten in a better situation. But the only way you can get in a better situation now is if you get traded. You know what I mean? Enjoy your money because you're going to do a lot of losing with the Washington Wizards. And you got John Wall coming back next year, but y'all ain't doing nothing. We're going to move on to the number 9 on my list. I got the best center in the league, Jokic from the Denver Nuggets.
Number 9 for me is your favorite, Jason Tatum.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is he is becoming his own. I watched those workouts he did with Kobe Bryant that passed away tragically in January, but ultimately I can see Jason Tatum really tuning into his game and growing himself. He will not be number 9 next year. He will probably be in the top 5 with ease. But I just question some of that athletic ability. I don't think he's as gifted as some of those people out there, or some of these young guys that have ungodly athleticism like Ja Morant. But I really do believe Jason Tatum, coming from Duke, he has that pedigree to go to the next level.
Man, Jason is phenomenal, man. We're going to go as far as Jason take us, man. If you listen to Jason, we're going to go as far as you take us, man. So take us far, man. I already know you. I got belief in you, man. You already know. Sell this all the way. But number 8, man, on my list, I'm gonna take probably Tatum. Tatum's gonna be my number 8.
Okay.
So who you rolling with?
So for me, number 8, Devin Booker. Devin Booker is
Buckets.
the light-skinned version of Kobe Bryant.
Buckets.
He is the epitome of Kobe. When you think about some of these step backs and the footwork that he has, that's the only person I see that can compare with Kobe Bryant. And what you've seen with him in the bubble and what he's done, Phoenix went 8-0. Phoenix shouldn't go 8-0 at any time this year, but they did in the bubble. And I think when you think about that young team, the AAU type feel, being in the bubble, not having distractions, it just lets me know that Phoenix is a distracted team. But Devin Booker is not. So therefore, I go with him as the number 8 player in the league. And personally, he's in my top 5 personally. But bias
You going that far?
I'm going that way.
You going far? You going
Did
far?
you see the shift?
I'm not putting him in top
The
5.
dunk left hand last week. Wow.
I don't got him in
Wow.
top 10 because they just the fact that they going home. But they went 8-0 in the bubble, man. I got much love for Devin Booker, man. I got much love for the Suns, period, man. I love Monty Williams. They doing a great job down there in Phoenix. They got a bright future. They got Kelly Oubre coming back next year. I wish he would have been in the bubble this year, but I mean that wouldn't made much of a difference because they went undefeated anyway. But next year, man, when they get Kelly Oubre back, I think they'll be fighting for that number 7 or number 8 seed in the playoffs, man. I guarantee you will see Devin Booker in the playoffs next year.
I'm
and
alive
giving somebody some trouble in the 7-game series. I guarantee we see that next year. But next, man, we're gonna roll to number 7 on my list. And so 7 is a guy that's been balling right now in the bubble, man. Dame Lillard, man. This guy, man, is phenomenal, man. He on another level, man. This man got range for days. I'm telling you, he passed half court, you better get your hands up because he pulling. He pulling it. And he probably making it. So, man, Dame is my number 7.
My list is a little off, but I'm going to say number 7 for me is LeBron James. Ultimately.
It's kind of low for you.
But I believe he's slowing down. He's 35.
He is.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's being a team player. He's not the number 1 option to me. But ultimately, the year he had, when you think he's averaging 10.3 assists, that's double-digit assists in year 17. We knew he was a pass-first player, just like Magic Johnson. But for him to put up the stats, wow. But ultimately, for me, when I think about the youth and how the game has changed, LeBron's slowing down. He's number 7 for me.
I don't have him that low. I think he's a top 3 candidate for MVP, man. So I don't think that puts you at number 7 in the league. But I don't respect that guy.
He's living off his resume.
But yeah, he basically living off his resume, man. Because I don't think he's the best player on his squad. I think Anthony Davis is the best player on that squad. But LeBron gonna get the accolades. He gonna get all the accolades when Anthony Davis doing all the work. All right, we at number 6 on my NBA top 10 current list. We going number 6. We gonna go James Harden, Houston Rockets.
Okay.
In his bag offensively, you already know. He dribble all day. But you know what I mean. He get the job done. Who you got?
Dante. Number 6 for me is Damian Lillard. And the reason I like him is not only do I like his rap, and then not only do I like that he'll go against one of the legends and have beef with Shaquille O'Neal, but this guy is cold. He takes one step in from half court and shoots it in rhythm as if it's a regular 18-foot jump shot. And what you've seen from Dame Dollars in the bubble, he doesn't play disrespect. When you see Paul George and Patrick Beverly talking about going fishing and him stepping up, maybe his situation ain't the best in Portland, but this guy has the heart of a dog, and he will not lose.
In that game, he missed those free throws to lose that game. So they had the right to clown him on that game. But he did hit them 2 game winners against them too. But like I say, they had the right to clown him in that game. He did miss those free throws.
Dame is king. That's the motto. Number 6.
Oh, he's nice, man. I give him his props, but Dame will never win a championship, man. The Clippers will win a championship eventually. So we're gonna go on to number 5. I got LeBron James at number 5 on my list.
So for me, I have the hardest working man in the universe, Russell Westbrook.
You got him in your top 10. I
have him
can't
number
believe this.
5, and the reason I have him number 5, he's a triple-double guy. And for him
Not this year.
For him to understand Houston's system, to adapt in the last 30 games, him putting up numbers. He found his way.
He been driving the ball.
He's been driving the ball.
Don't shoot, Russell Westbrook. You can't shoot. Drive the ball.
At the end of the day, it's working, and I see him really moving into the top 5 for me because the guy's work ethic is unmatched.
Yeah, he been shooting a lot less, man. I've been proud of him. He done transitioned into that Houston Rockets team pretty good. I just hate that he hurt right now, man. He can't show it on the biggest stage right now.
So let's just think about it.
But I don't have him in the top 10. He's not top 10.
Hey, I say he's top 5 because at the end of the day, he's making it work with James Harden, and Chris Paul couldn't do that.
Oh, those 2 different players. One of them is younger, and Paul is it's personalities also. So, but we just
you got a lot of comments for it.
Yeah, we
top 5. What's the rest, Brett? Moving on.
So now we at number 4, and I got your boy from the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis. He's my 4th best player in the league right now.
Hey man, we align on that one. I think AD is number 4, and the reason I ranked LeBron so low, for me it was the right choice, number 7, because I think AD is the number 1 go-to player for the Los Angeles Lakers. For us to lose AD next year, it would tarnish and hurt
He
our
ain't
whole
going nowhere.
franchise.
He's going somewhere eventually, but he's not going nowhere next year.
Oh man, I feel like if we lose in the first
He won't
round,
retire in that uniform, but he's not going nowhere. You ain't got to worry about
if
it.
there was a crazy upset and we lost in the first
He still
round,
wouldn't go nowhere.
I believe AD goes.
He ain't going nowhere, man.
Oh
He
man.
ain't got nothing to worry about that. He'll be in the uniform for the next probably 4 years.
But when you think
He'll
about
be in the uniform at least until LeBron retires, and then you got something to worry about.
what puts AD at number 4 versus number 1 or 2 is his inconsistency.
Yeah, especially in the 4th quarter.
He needs somebody to bring him along, and LeBron brings him along, but it hurts LeBron's game. So AD, I don't see AD being number 4 next year or the year after. But at the end of the day, right now, what keeps him at the top 3 is his inconsistency. How do you feel?
Just in the 4th quarter. All the other quarters, I have nothing to say about Anthony Davis. It's 4th quarter, when it's money quarter, he's nowhere to be found. But I'm a big believer in Anthony Davis. We got the same opinion as far as him being number 4. I just think that they're using him wrong. I think he should be the man in LA right now. Everything should run through him. I'm talking about instead of all that dribble LeBron, get that ball in the post, man. Let that boy go to work, man. Can't nobody defend that man in the post. And then the boy can shoot threes. So you can bring even the big guys out. You can bring them out to the 3-pointer. He gonna trade on them. So I just think that the whole offense should revolve around Anthony Davis, and it's not. And that's disappointing to me because that's coaching. And I believe if you have a different coach, he will get that ball to Anthony Davis, and he would prioritize Anthony Davis instead of the old man, the 35-year-old LeBron James. That's all. But number 3, we're going to go on, man. I got Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic. Who you got?
Number 3, I have Kawhi. And the reason I have Kawhi is
disrespecting my guy.
I really do believe Kawhi is the best player in the NBA.
Okay.
But I think Kawhi takes off too many games.
He can't help that.
I think load management for Kawhi is incorrect at his age.
His knees are not up to par. That's why he take them games off.
So therefore,
but as long as he there at money time when it comes to that NBA Finals, and as long as he win that NBA Finals, I don't care about no load management, and they don't care about no load management.
And at the end of the day, that's that new generational thought process where, hey, we're going to take the regular season off. We're not going to play our tail off.
If he was 100% healthy, you think he'd do that? No, he wouldn't.
But I will say the reason he made my top 3 is because he's had career best in points and assists. Ultimately, he's driving the Clippers to the next level, and I think when it comes down to it, Kawhi drives the Clippers this year. If the Clippers win a championship, it's because of Kawhi. It's because of nobody else.
Paul balling this year, man. Paul actually in the bubble. Paul balling way more than Kawhi.
He's a very quiet baller.
It's in the bubble. You been watching in the bubble? Paul George been balling in the bubble.
That's a whole other episode, Dante.
Yeah, he's not a Paul George guy. I'm not a Paul George guy either. But I think Paul George fits in good with the Clippers in that situation.
I agree with that.
Being number 2 to Kawhi, he needed a guy like Kawhi on his squads to take him to the next level. But I got Luka, man, and I'm rolling with Luka on that, man.
And I don't disrespect that. I really do feel
I
like
respect Luka, man.
I think Luka is driving that franchise. That franchise wouldn't be where it's at if they didn't have Luka. And he is a shifty, slow,
triple double threat every night.
He's 20 years ahead of his age.
Right.
In his game, and
That's that overseas stuff, man. He been playing ball with pros, man, since he was about 15.
And his game is just, it's flossy.
It is.
I
man.
like it.
It's that overseas stuff, man.
But I can't put him in the top 10 just yet. I feel like
You don't even have Luka in your top 10. I thought you were going to name Luka later on.
Oh, I don't have Luka in my top 10. I just don't.
So Luka's not better than Russell Westbrook?
He's not to me. Hey, I just don't believe he's earned the respect to be in the top 10.
He done lost me with this one. Russell Westbrook and Luka Doncic, you can't put them two in the same sentence right now in the year 2020. I think Luka Doncic is the better player, period. All right, number 2, I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. What do you think about number 2?
Man, for me, number 2 is James Harden.
Okay.
And for me, his nickname
for me.
Man, his nickname for me is Lucky Lefty.
Okay.
Because that man has that hesitant, through the legs, dribble, step back, and he's so shifty. And he can score with anybody around the bucket. And I think he's really changed the game for me because we've never seen a slow-paced top scorer. And this guy can put up buckets. I've watched him drop 40, drop 50. And again, he's the top scorer of this league. And there's a reason why he's number 2.
I just don't take him number 2. He don't play no defense, and he just ain't number. That's kind of high on him.
And that's D'Antoni's job, to make sure he has defense around him.
Yeah, but he's he kind of high. But I mean, it's your opinion.
Who do you have number 1?
Number 1 is gonna be Kawhi Leonard, Mr. LA, Mr. Cornrows himself, the best basketball player on the planet. That's who I got, Kawhi Leonard.
And I love the hairstyle because I can't recreate the straight back braid look
Exactly.
right now in my life. But Kawhi at number 1 for me is high because, Kawhi.
It shouldn't be high. Only reason you say it's high because of the load management.
Man, Kawhi for me in my mind is Mr. Load Management.
Yeah, he is.
How do you load manage somebody?
He gonna load manage the rest of his career.
How do you load manage somebody that's younger than 30 years old?
He is.
So for my number 1.
My boy got knee issues.
Is Giannis, and I can't say his last name, but the reason I say it's Giannis because I've watched the Greek freak grow. I don't trust him in the playoffs. I don't trust him to win a title, but I do think he is the most valuable player to the Bucks because when you think about the Bucks before Giannis, there wasn't any Bucks. So therefore, I do believe he has the most impact for his team. He drives them offensively. He spreads the floor. He helps those shooters shoot. He helps Eric Bledsoe grow. He helps the Brook Lopez twins do more than they could ever do. Their careers were both dead, and he's reincarnated their careers. And ultimately, I believe he is the most valuable player in the NBA in 2020.
Back to back.
Bubble or not.
Back to back, most valuable player. But it's a regular season and it's postseason. So his time of year is the regular season. Kawhi's time of year is the postseason. And last time I checked, NBA Larry O'Brien, Finals MVP, that means more to me than the regular season MVP.
Hey, when we change that subject to Larry O'Brien Trophy, then therefore we go there. But right now, when you think about the MVP race, that is chosen before the playoffs are over. So ultimately, I still believe Giannis wins that title. And we can agree to disagree, but ultimately, we'll see what happens in this awkward year.
Man, this playoff bubble, we gonna come back. We gonna do another episode. As soon as this bubble over with, maybe as soon as the first round over with, man, we'll have another episode for you. Because we gotta break this down, man. It's gonna be an awesome playoffs this year. This bubble stuff is different, man. There's no fans. I love it. I love it on the screen though, man. It's looking good, man. Everything as far as the NBA did. Adam Silver, man, you did a great job, man, with the bubble. You keeping our guys safe, man. Zero positive tests right now, man. You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job with the NBA right now, man. But this playoff bubble is gonna be something to watch.
And just to piggyback off what you just said, Adam Silver, stand-up job. Personally, I thought this wouldn't go well. But to see it grow and develop and see how competitive the games are, it gives me that AAU feel that we need. And I think this is awesome. When we don't have anything to do during a pandemic, we can watch the NBA.
Exactly.
And we can watch high-level
High level.
competition.
Yes.
And I think these guys are really stepping up to the plate. So I really appreciate the NBA, the Players Association to coming to agreement, and just the respect that they've given to Black Lives Matter, as well as the players to make their own choice. So, I want to see everybody come back, but I understand the stance in each individual. And I appreciate Adam Silver making sure that our players are safe during this process. So I love the opportunity to have this conversation with you. Thank you, Dante.
Yeah, thank you for joining my podcast. This is the Tell It How You See It podcast. My guest, Jarvis Francis, right here, man. Biggest Laker fan I know, man. So we're going to see, man, what happens in this NBA bubble playoffs, and Jarvis will be back. So we're going to end this right now. Tell It How You See It podcast. Thank you for joining and watching.